Alrighty, y'all. It is Wednesday, August the 6th, and I owe you. So here we go. Alrighty, my darling. So disclaimer, I don't give two shizzles about Ms. Sydney Sweeney, but I do want to talk about how bots are intentionally skewing the data. I think that plays a part here, and we're going to get into that. And then I've heard two stories of the back end of what's going on in the aftermath. And again, interesting, and I want to get your opinion on this. So this is my Sydney Sweeney Rabbithole, darling. And if we have time, we'll talk about the nursing homes, because that's a whole separate thing to go over. But here's the thing. I thoroughly believe that this is the new age of propaganda, right? It's not just ads and movies and subliminal messages. Now it's fake personas. It's AI profiles. It's faceless bots just spewing talking points by the millions across all of social media. And then the people in charge of analyzing this data, who know damn well that it's mostly fake people, okay, take that and use it as their evidence when they present it to these other companies, right, that are also in on it. So here's what I imagine are possibilities for this whole Sweeney situation. I believe because we're reaching a point where the fake support isn't showing up in real life, okay? The test was the only time that they could manipulate things to make it look like they had numbers they don't have. But when it comes to shopping, when it comes to hard data that can't be manipulated with bot comments, it doesn't match. They're telling everyone that the whole world agrees with them and their ideology is on the rise, but the numbers don't show it. They've got little countries in their pocket like Hungary and El Salvador. And sure, yeah, they're on board with Ruski. But my point is that you would think it's the rise that they're pretending is real is mostly bots. And in real life, it doesn't match up. Like I said earlier, the jeans are on sale. Foot traffic is down. Stock is down. Yet they would have you thinking that it's flying off the shelves and everything's great. That's not true. Not true at all. I just had a bot come onto one of my other videos to tell me that they think I'm making things up because in Texas, they're building a new school every day. That's how I know it's a bot, okay? They really came in there and said Texas is building new schools every day right now. They're getting more free lunch than ever. Everything is better than ever in Texas right now. I just don't know, because I'm watching the world through a screen and I'm like, delete, okay? I get them all the time, but they're skewing the data. That fake data is being presented to these companies going, see, roll with our ideology. Here's what we want you to do. We want you to take that little girl over there who looks like she's already self-related, okay, and make her the Mooga Taylor Swift. We want her to be Red Hat Taylor Swift. We need a blonde, blue, all-American that we can throw in there and throw up against Taylor, right? Because that's his obsession. His obsession is women he's way too old for and commenting on who's hot and who he wants to do stuff to, because that's where we are. We're at that part of America where all the strong Christian men are just commenting on age inappropriate women. But we'll get to that at some other point. Anyway, so here's the thing. She changes her party affiliation a few weeks before this ad, or her team does, right? I believe that she took that. I think she was okay because she looked at the numbers that were being presented and said, oh, this is on the rise. People support this. People want this. Okay, I'm going to hop on the winning team. Sure, I'll sign up over there. I'll be Red Hat Taylor Swift, okay? So the initial Mooga bot response after the backlash for this was they said, the Moogas, I haven't seen her actually post this anywhere. They were saying by word of mouth that she stands by this and you're just bothered by a confident woman and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I don't know if that was actually her post, because what we're now seeing a couple days later is backlash on her end going, okay, guys, look, release the raw footage of the shoot because that's not what I wanted. I was told to sound like that. I was told to act like that. I was not told that I was going to be framed this way. She's suing the photographer. She's suing American Eagle. American Eagle is already pulling some of the ads. It is crashing and burning. And I don't think it's because she signed on because she's just that ignorant. I think, yes, it's a paycheck, but I also think that they looked at that skewed data that is meddled with bot comments, making it look like this ideology is on the rise, and they thought, sure bet. Just like the companies that capitulate and bend the knee and then they pay the price in the marketplace with the average consumer, because we are the ones with the real wallets and the bots aren't. Just like those little marches I said earlier. You see 5 ZZs show up on a bridge and they're like, oh my gosh, look, they're taking over. Look at them. They're descending upon Cincinnati. And it's like 10 people. You know what I'm saying? The bots don't show up in real life. So I don't know. I believe. Now, I don't know which answer is true. If both are true, if any of you have seen her actual post, let me know about that. But I definitely believe there's a little bit of backtracking, might even be a little bit of Murdoch, right? Where on the one hand, you've got Fox praising Stinky Pants. And then on the back end, you've got what is it, the Times or whatever? Or no, I'm sorry, the Wall Street Journal, right? Dropping bombs, okay? Because one set of us read and the other side of us watches TV, and they're appealing to both. So I don't know, could be a little bit of that. But yeah, no, I honestly believe that they told her this was going to be fine. I don't think she thought there was going to be backlash. I think she signed on, switched parties, and said, yes, I'm going to be Red Hat Taylor Swift. And when they realized that the real people don't match those bot numbers, all of a sudden it's backtrack time. Backtrack time. I didn't mean it like that. That's not what I signed up for. I did not mean to be the face of ZZ-ness if it's not going to be popular. I was told it was going to be popular. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think they're doing. That's part of what I think they're doing with their constantly skewed data and all of these bots. And we need to get rid of this. This is a real problem. Fake personas online pushing ideologies that's not popular is how they got here. That and steeple people and their untaxed political pushes, okay? The extreme ones, all right? And their lily white feelings that we all need to work hard not to offend while they constantly offend everyone, because that's part of their faith and their patriotism, okay? Okay, cool. So now I do also want to talk about the nursing home, because I totally forgot that most of the people in these homes are these. Most of the people providing the healthcare are these, not saying all. I know it's a mix. I'm talking about percentages, folks. Okay, before you hop in and go, not all. I didn't say all. Okay, but also most of the ones that are these that are in there are receiving some form of government assistance that they just clapped to cut, because those are also folks who make a practice of loopholing the system so that it benefits them the most. These are the law and order people, the bootstrap people. These are the number one folks who run for government assistance, lie, cheat, steal on their forms, move their assets, do whatever it takes to get free money for themselves. And then that's why they're constantly convinced that everyone else is doing it too, because that's all they do is look for loopholes. And then they point and project and go, are you doing the same thing as me? There's a brown person trying to follow the same loophole. I had loopholes are for whites. Okay. They want their own spell. You got what I'm saying? So anyway, here are these people who now don't want to accept the consequences of their choices that they were very proud of, and they're choosing not to believe that the cuts have anything to do with them getting these letters. Folks are getting notices that in 20 to 30 days, they are going to have to take these family members that have been put in the homes. Culturally speaking, this is white America who has a habit of taking someone who is in need and towards the end of life and putting them somewhere else because they can't or don't want to deal with it. Okay. Other cultures have a slightly different, and I'm not saying again, not everyone, but you understand what I'm saying. These are people that don't like to be inconvenienced like that, and they're willing to pay to not have to look at it. So the amount of care, the medication, the mental decline, if that's the case, the bedpans, the diapers, the catheters, the dietary needs, the feedings, the supervision, the cost of the equipment that's needed, or someone to help out. I mean, who's going to do it? Who's going to do it, right? I mean, just wait. What is going to happen? Like, this is going to be so messy. You really think Sarah plans on taking care of her ailing parents right now for free? You think she plans on doing it? She wants the state to do it for free so she can enjoy her life. All right. So we're going to see a lot of folks going homeless, going home and suddenly going to meet the Lord within 24 hours. And we're going to see a lot more of those God-fearing, bootstrapping builders of civilization declare that, you know what? If the blacks aren't going to do it and the government won't cover it, then maybe they should pull their children out of school and let their children do it, because it's always someone else who needs to do the work for them and never them. It's not funny for the people who did not vote for this. This sucks. But for the folks who still refuse to accept the consequences of their own choices, keep clapping. Okay? Keep clapping.